The earthquake in Haiti is a tragedy that is unimaginable on so many levels. Many of us would not have the appreciation of the scale of the situation without the hard work of the reporters who brought us the heartbreaking stories. Rob Morrison was one of those reporters.
It's been quite a journey so far. We started out in Santo Domingo early this morning. We've been traveling for about 8 hours, and we just crossed the border.
With each passing hour, the situation here is becoming more and more desperate. The little aid that is reaching Port-au-Prince is not being widely distributed, and people here are simply doing what they can to survive.
This is Place Saint-Pierre, or St. Peter's Place, a park which has become quite literally home to thousands of Haitians who are either too afraid to go back to their homes or they've lost their homes entirely.
And amazingly, there are still stories of rescue and survival.
Rescuers tell me they're close. What they're doing right now is trying to cut a wide enough opening and reinforce it so they can pull the woman out first and the man out second.
Those success stories are often overshadowed by the thousands who are still suffering.
Security is still a big concern here, particularly at night. Haitian police are doing all they can until help arrives. Behind me, a small shop owner is trying to sell these tiny packs of fresh water and other food supplies. A long line of people is forming, of people desperate for any kind of relief. They have to keep the doors locked and let people in one by one to avoid any kind of chaos. It's taken days to get aid to the people because of concerns of rioting. Desperation has set in. For nearly a week now, they've been forced to fend for themselves.
This is raw survival.
The problem stems from the one runway here at Port-au-Prince Airport. Behind me, soldiers from the 82nd Airborne are busy loading up choppers full of supplies to take out to 3 of their forward operating bases out in the city. They're also working on setting up a 4th. Moving all these people will not be easy. The roads are still a mess, and survivors with very little to eat or drink are still very weak. This is 4-month-old Bet Saida, and this is her new home, this makeshift tent city here in St. Peter's Place. Her family's home was completely destroyed. She stays here with her mom and dad, but there's no water, very little food, no milk, so she eats whatever little her family can find for her. Most of these people slept here overnight. It's a long wait to get inside, but the money could be life-saving. This very much remains a city frozen in time. Rob Morrison in Port-au-Prince, CBS 2 News.
Rob spent nearly 2 weeks in Haiti, and I wanted to ask you about the Haitian people. What did you take with you after all of those days watching them go through this?
I was there in 2004, but I was with the Marines, and we were there because of time of civil unrest. And this time, though, we were staying with a Haitian family, and I got much more sense of the culture. And I have to say, I've never, ever experienced strength or faith or hope the way I experienced it from these people. They're absolutely amazing, and I think the entire world can learn something by the way they're handling this tragedy.
It was remarkable, I thought, that just hours after this had happened, there were so many people already at work creating a place to sleep, creating shelter for themselves, with really nothing to go with. I mean, they were just taking whatever they could and creating.
You're absolutely right. They were hoping and praying help would arrive, and, slowly it is becoming more and more available to them. But they never expected it. They're so used to being on their own for so many years. They did take it upon themselves. The 10 cities, as we called them, really became communities. They're amazing people. It was very nice of Eric, our producer, to put that together. And the guys I worked with, Juan Miguel and Steve and Dave, were awesome. But, it was a privilege for me to be able to be there amongst those people. And I hope I can get back soon.
All right. Well, now we're going to turn it over to Bob Schieffer, see what's coming up this morning on Face the Nation. Good morning to you, Bob.
Good morning, Mary. I'd also say what a remarkable series of reports that we just saw there, and that just shows you where the real news is and what real reporters do for a living.